short ribs that redefine meaty.
Finger licking good.
Handmade noodles like you've never tasted.
It's unexpected.
Dumplings that achieve a new high score.
Wow, 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 wow.
Get ready for Asian cuisine at its most artful.
You gotta see this.
It is so tasty and flavorful.
How do you even imagine such a thing?
With familiar flavors.
Dang, this is good.
Man, more variety than you can shake a chopstick at.
Whoa.
Enjoy a feast from the East.
What do I got?
I want more. Tastes like a party.
Every citizen of New York City will insist the Big Apple has the best Chinese food in America. And even in this competitive climate, one name stands out: Red Farm.
Red Farm does dishes that are unique, they're fun, they play a little bit on culture, they play a little bit on the past, and they change things up. I think that's what makes it such a popular place to go to.
Best restaurant in New York.
We are unabashedly an Americanized Chinese restaurant, but Americanized doesn't have to mean you're not good. We've taken the traditional cooking of China and we've modernized it and we've made it fun.
Owner Ed Schoenfeld has been managing other people's Chinese restaurants for decades. Now, Red Farm is his creation, and he's infusing traditional Chinese food with a bit of his own personality.
Taking the foods that Americans and Westerners eat every day and putting a delicious, fun Chinese twist on them to put a smile on people's tummies and on people's faces.
What's got everyone smiling is Red Farm's ode to 80s arcades, Pac-Man dumplings. No quarters required.
Wow, 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 wow.
Pac-Man dumplings are straight out of Joe's imagination. They're what we call hargao, which are shrimp dumplings, and he thought that the hargao shape just looked like the ghost that Pac-Man gobbled up.
Executive Chef Joe Ng has been working in kitchens since he was only 11 years old in Hong Kong.
I grew up in the kitchen, sleep in the kitchen, and then I become a dim sum chef, which is learning how to make all those dumpling and appetizer.
Joe starts by making dough colored like the 4 Pac-Man ghosts. Then he pairs each with an appropriately colorful flavor. The white ghost is shrimp and bamboo shoots, the red is lobster and red ginger, yellow is curried mushrooms, and blue is Cajun spiced blue crab. Ghosts are camera ready. Where's our voracious hero?
Joe picked a sweet potato slice and cut a wedge out for a mouth, dipped it in a tempura batter, and made a little Pac-Man.
With a blueberry eye for seeing and a guacamole base for posture, this dish is on full tilt.
You see Pac-Man chasing after the little guys he wants to eat, just like in the video game.
Ready, player one?
Waka, 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 waka.
You taste the shrimp, you taste the garlic, you taste everything that's inside. They gobble you up, and this is gobbling me up with deliciousness.
The dumpling wrapper, it's so thin and light. It's like putting a cloud in my mouth and having it just explode with flavor.
Shrimp and lobster, the soy sauce.
Wow.
Awesome.
I don't really want to talk because I want to eat.
Now I understand why Pac-Man's been chasing these ghosts around. They're so darn good.
If you think arcade-inspired dumplings are outrageous, get a load of Red Farm's madcap mashup of East Asia and the Lower East Side, pastrami egg rolls.
When Joe and I first started working together, we had a discussion about how Americans love egg rolls, and we decided to develop a series of special egg rolls, and we came up with the pastrami egg roll.
Ed's reimagination of this classic appetizer starts with something rarely seen in Chinese cooking: butter.
Drop the butter, a little pinch of garlic, and then we put asparagus. It's kind of a little different flavor because we are using pastrami.
With the asparagus tender yet toothy, Joe walks on the rest of the veggies: cabbage, celery, and something to turn up the heat.
It's a long chili pepper, like jalapeno. A little bit spicy, a little bit. We put salt, sugar, oyster sauce, and the soy.
Now that the veggies are packed with flavor, Joe unpacks the star attraction.
This is the world's best pastrami.
He's not playing. It's from Katz's Deli, the legendary college of smoked meat that all aspiring pastrami's hope to attend.
So we're gonna make the cabbage with the pastrami. I want that they have vegetable, they have pastrami at the same time.
That mystical mixture is then rolled into an egg roll, wrapped and fried to a crispy golden brown. Anywhere else, they'd be done, but not at Red Farm. An extra coat of tempura batter and another dip in the oil make these doubly crunch-tastic. Joe pairs it with a house-made mustard sauce, and suddenly, I believe in magic.
This is the pastrami egg roll from Red Farm.
Juicy and flavorful. I dig that.
You get the balance of everything coming together. I can also taste each individual elements of the egg roll.
Oh my God, absolutely brilliant.
Honey mustard sauce. I have not had this before anywhere.
The pastrami egg roll.
That's the
This
famous.
is what we call Jewish. Chinese and Jewish.
The imaginative dishes at New York's Red Farm means it's game over for your hunger.
Definitely too soon for game over.
Waiter.
Another round of dumpling. Just keep them coming until we say stop.
The restaurants in downtown Los Angeles feature food from practically every corner of the world. But how about authentic hand-tossed Chinese noodles? Absolutely. Head to Peking Tavern.
They don't taste like your normal noodles. You can see them being made, so you know they're being freshly handmade.
When I first came to Peking Tavern, it was like a score. I had no idea that we had these places.
The history of Peking Tavern goes way back to the 1990s when we as architects traveled to Asia. I worked in Beijing, he was in Hong Kong, and we often got together at those two cities. Had a lot of good times.
That's when Andrew Chu and his bestie Andrew Wong wound up more interested in flavor building.
Beijing was in a very transitional period of time.
The food and culture was changing rapidly around it.
And as young men living in China, the two Andrews experienced a kind of culinary culture shock.
As Chinese Americans, we thought we knew Chinese food really well until we were completely blown away by how traditional technique of making noodles really enhanced the taste, and we felt like it was very important to bring it back.
Chief Chef Andrew W. is bringing those traditional techniques and tastes back in Peking Tavern's hearty beef noodle soup.
I'm gonna braise the beef for our beef noodle soup. This is the beef shank. It's very lean, muscular, so we need to soften that tendon. It's a 4-hour undertaking, but that's what it takes to make something great.
It also takes 3 different flavors of bean paste and a satchel full of specialized spice.
And we're gonna do this guy, cinnamon sticks, and now some ginger. It gives it that kind of clean spiciness. Watch out, flavor bomb.
Andrew deploys that flavor bomb into the braising zone, then calls for some 120 proof reinforcements.
Chinese baijiu. We refer to it as Chinese whiskey. Now it's time for the party.
It's pretty popular too. Baijiu is the most consumed liquor in the world.
Boozy is our secret.
And while the boozy braise commences, Andrew lets us peek behind the curtain at the wizard.
We have an amazing hand-cut noodle, and it goes from the artisan's hand to the pot into the bowl.
That artisan is Danny Yip, one of the only old world noodle makers working in Los Angeles.
You have to be very strong. You have to be able to pull that 10-pound piece of dough. And then every time you fold and twist, the strands start to come apart into individual pieces of noodle.
We call him the artist because he really is an artist.
The completed masterpiece is ready for display. Just a minute or so, then it's into the bowl with a ladle of that rich broth and a few slices of the 4-hour beef.
You can see how the beef is marbled with all that tendon that's nice and soft now. We put some green onion, and then we have Chinese pickles, and we top it off with cilantro. And here it is, Peking Tavern beef noodle soup.
It's like soul food. It's comfort food.
This is what we commonly found in Beijing. It's very authentic. The broth has a really deep flavor, and the noodle is very soft but chewy at the same time. Very tasty.
A lot of Chinese people call it ting, meaning it has a clear flavor that goes through the broth, yet it has a lot of richness within it.
It's got layers of tastes, the vegetables, the noodles all together. It's just different. It's unexpected. They're just buttery. They just melt in your mouth.
What's equally surprising is how much flavor gets packed into just a few square inches of Peking Tavern's beef roll.
I'm gonna take this beautiful piece of dough and then we're gonna turn it into a flatbread.
That flatbread hits the flat top and griddles till both sides achieve copious crispiness.
Look at that, nice and golden brown.
Then it's house-made hoisin and a few priceless slices.
Beautifully marbleized beef shank.
A little green onion, and we're ready to roll.
This is one of the most popular dishes. People really love the flavor, and I love it because it's kind of like eating a warm sandwich, but Chinese. Peking Tavern's beef roll here in downtown LA.
It's the hoisin sauce with the shredded beef inside and the cilantro seasoning and green onion. It's delicious.
I love the crunch to it. It's flaky and tasty, and the beef is very fresh tasting. It's got a little bit of spice that I like. I'd rather use chopsticks than a fork and spoon any day.
The beef is amazing. And then the chewiness and the crunchiness of the dough together. It's incredible.
Just as incredible is how Peking Tavern's authentic cooking is transporting people to a place of pure noodle bliss.
You feel like you're in a different world when you step in here, and I really could eat noodles all day.
Save me a little, please.
Diplomatically speaking, for the most far-out Southeast Asian cuisine in Washington, D.C., skip the Vietnamese embassy and head straight to Doi Moi.
Doi Moi means new change, and it kind of represents the new change that's going on in this neighborhood and also the new change and evolution of our menu constantly.
That new change meant rebuilding classic Vietnamese street food from the plate up.
My brother and the founding chef, they actually toured Thailand and Vietnam. On the trip, the foods that really inspired them were Southeast Asian street foods.
Chef Sasha grew up cooking Ukrainian food, but fell in love with the flavors of Asia as soon as he became a chef.
When I started to eat pho and eat really great spring rolls, that's when it really started to occur to me that there are pockets of food that are just as special as the food that I love.
One dish that brings it all together in the Doi Moi style is their cow soy curry.
No one really knows exactly where it came from. Is it Burmese? Is it Lao? Is it Northern Thai? So it's kind of an amalgamation of all of those things, and that's why it's one of my favorite curries in the world.
To begin, Chef Sasha slices fresh ginger, turmeric, and shallots and gets on his grind big time.
This is why I'm so good at making curry, because I'm a hard worker. So we've begun to achieve our paste texture.
Fresh coriander and guajillo chilies.
Dried guajillo chilies, quite actually traditional ingredient. Very similar chilies grow all over the Asias in Thailand and in Vietnam as well.
This is where a little bit of elbow grease comes in.
That paste goes into a supersized and super hot pan.
Once you start to smell all those aromas, that's how you know you're cooking.
Chef adds coconut milk and chicken stock into the pot. Now to get to the meat of the matter, in the form of tender rabbit.
Rabbit is a really nice, buttery flavor. They're very sweet. The slower you braise these rabbits, the better, because they have a very thin layer of fat.
After a nice slow braise, the rabbit is placed upon some fresh-made egg noodles.
After the noodles and the rabbit, we're gonna go in with our nice hot broth, which is just a reduction of the liquid that cooked the rabbit itself.
Finally, a garnish celebration. Pickled carrots and daikon for tang and crunch, along with shallots and fresh herbs.
And then we have chili oil. This is a chili oil made from dry chili flakes. And then a very traditional garnish of the fried egg noodles. And this is our Amish rabbit cow soy curry here at Doi Moi. Sensational blend of sweet and spicy.
It smells delicious.
It's like it's been just pulled right off the bone. It's very light, not heavy.
It's got some crunchiness with the crisp noodles, and then of course the curry comes out, and the rabbit's very tender.
You know, you get to a point in life where you need some excitement, and you can find it right here in this dish.
Just as exciting are the exotic flavors in their Vietnamese caramelized pork ribs.
We're gonna start with grape pork. You can't make grape pork ribs unless you have grape pork.
He makes a classic pork marinade with garlic, shallots, ginger, and lemongrass.
Garlic, ginger, and lemongrass, a holy trinity of Southeast Asia. Next up is our finger chilies. Great spice level on these, but nothing that's gonna be too spicy. But the only way to really tell, it's really spicy. That was a bad idea.
Chef smooths off the hot corners with fish sauce and sweet brown sugar. The ribs will marinate for 2 tasty days, followed by a long, slow roast.
Next, we put the ribs straight onto the grill. We're gonna glaze the ribs here with our fish sauce caramel. It's gonna caramelize quite quickly, and that's gonna create a beautiful crust, which creates even a third texture on the ribs.
So brown, so beautiful, and dolled up with sesame seeds, bright red Fresno chilies, and the oniony bite of fresh scallions.
Here we have our Vietnamese caramelized doi moi pork ribs, where pure pork meets pure comfort.
Oh man, where have these ribs been all my life?
It's moist. It's very delicious. The contrast between the spice on the tip of your tongue and then the sweetness, it works really well together.
I would say that it has a really nice soy glaze to it. The meat is tender and it's fantastic.
The peppers on top of the sweetness is just so good. Tastes like a party.
For Vietnamese flavors even more happening than Hanoi, try doi moi. The Fairmont neighborhood of Philadelphia is known for its tasteful art and lately for art you can taste. At the forefront is a place so good, its name bears repeating. Umai Umai.
Umai umai.
Umai means delicious in Japanese.
But the name didn't come easy to chef and owner Alex McCoy.
Many years ago, when I was under training of a Japanese chef, he basically always said that everything that I made was like no good. But 2% of the time, he would actually say it was very delicious. And when he would say it, the way he would actually say it, he would say umai umai.
It doesn't surprise me at all that it means delicious, delicious, because that's what it is.
It's a tiny little place in a great neighborhood, and it's not your traditional sushi spot in Philly.
Alex excels at using his culinary experience to push boundaries in the kitchen.
It's a way to be able to exact your character. So I think it's a way to test yourself to see what you're capable of doing. And you'd be surprised when you do that.
Cheers. See it in action with the seafood paella.
This has been a staple on the menu for the last about 12 years now because everyone just loves it so much. This is a twist on the paella dish that is actually made in Spain. I twisted it with a little bit of a Thai flavor and a little bit of Japanese flavor.
The Thai flavor comes from green curry sauce, made from green curry paste, made from green chili peppers.
Oh my God, this is incredible. Look at that. Look at that green color.
Next, Alex gets his lucky pan.
It's so old, and this has a lot of history and a lot of flavor that I think that comes from it. I think my heart kind of goes out to this pan.
He fills his weapon of choice with coconut cream and adds the green curry paste, then sugar, fish sauce, and kaffir lime leaves from Thailand.
This is fantastic. It's a key ingredient to actually making that Southeast flavor.
Alex veggies out with bell peppers, shiitake mushrooms, and arugula. While they saute, he catches the fish of the day. He blanches them in basket 1. Basket 2 gets a shrimp tail and the 3 muscleteers. Back at the lucky pan, Alex adds rice to the veggies, then sauce to the rice, then folds in the fish.
Folding, because we've already pre-blanched the fish, if we mix the fish very harshly, it'd actually break the fish.
He plops the shrimp's head into the fryer.
So it gets nice and crisp.
He takes an Asian clay pot and gets it sizzling hot for our curry sauce. That's followed by the paella. And it's all topped with cheese on a Japanese fish dish?
I really, really love mozzarella cheese in this one. The aesthetics and the flavor and the smell just really pops out a lot.
Into the oven for some melting magic.
Oh my God, you gotta see this. You're not gonna believe it. Look at that. Ah. That's pristine.
Decorate with mussels and a grinning shrimp head.
This is my seafood paella with my own Asian twist.
I love the presentation of it. It comes out, it's still bubbling.
It feels like comfort food before you even start to eat it, just the way it looks.
That is heaven, heaven. I love the taste of the rice. I love the seafood flavors, their spices. I love the mussels. It's amazing.
Mozzarella on paella is a big surprise. It's a great addition to the dish.
It is spicy, and I like it. It's really exploding my taste buds. Oh, stop it! That's mine. That's mine.
Umai also has supersized sushi game. Bite into a monster of an encore with the Godzilla roll.
It was the first designer roll that I ever made, and it's the one that I can't beat to this day. We're gonna make sushi Umai style. If you see this roll anywhere else, they copy.
It starts with rice cooked in a pot and then stirred in a hanjiri, or traditional wooden tub, with seasoned vinegar.
Basically, sushi means vinegared rice. That's the actual definition. If you don't make that right, you don't make sushi right.
He lays down a bed of seaweed.
We're gonna take a baseball size amount of rice, and we're gonna throw it at here.
It gets pressed into place and sprinkled with sesame seeds. Then on to the flip side with tempura shrimp and barbecued eel, and we're ready to roll.
We pre-sliced the avocados, and after that, we put it on there. What makes it special is I use strawberries. So we're gonna actually layer this with the plastic wrap.
A bamboo mat helps square up the ends, then water on the knife for a nice non-stick slice. Isn't that nice?
Oh, that's looking gorgeous. Come on, you wanna eat that? I wanna eat that, come on now.
Plate up, cover in eel sauce, macadamia nuts, and a bit of honey.
Umai's Godzilla roll, you better bring a monstrous appetite.
You got this really awesome contrast of the soft avocado with the crispy shrimp, and it finishes with that sweetness from the strawberry. It's really unique.
You can definitely taste the avocado, but then the strawberry on top is what gives it the really sweet flavor, which you would not ever expect in sushi, and I really love that about this roll.
I haven't had anything like this anywhere else.
For some really different Asian dishes that will have you saying, oh my, it's umai. Ask for it by name, twice.
Leave your expectations at the door.
I agree with my daughter. I love this kid.
The barbecue geniuses of Austin, Texas are experts at channeling the powers of smoke and fire into flavor. Now, there's an intriguing Indian place in town where they're taming the flame in a whole new way. Clay Pit.
It's kind of got an old world vibe to it. Between the atmosphere and the food, you can't go wrong.
The name comes from the clay pit oven that turns out the classic dishes from northern India. But please don't call this a traditional Indian restaurant.
We are 1,000 miles away from India. What we have done is take the food to the next level. We push ourselves to make new dishes like jalapeno cream cheese naan. You don't go to Indian restaurant and eat jalapeno cream cheese naan. Come on, it's Texas. We put things together and we dish it out to people and they love it.
Texans particularly love flame-kissed meat. And for a sizzling Texas-sized plate, way beyond fajitas, try the boti kebab. Giving us the lamb lowdown is Chef Nab Singh.
So boti means chunks, basically. That's what we'll be cooking over here, chunks of lamb.
The marinade for the leg of lamb is a mix of spices and some powerful Indian green chili peppers.
These chilies are different than your jalapenos or serranos or something that you would get in this region over here. These are thinner and smaller in size, but very potent, a lot more flavor.
Yogurt helps cut the heat, and lemon brings out acidity. The chunks of lamb go in, and 24 hours later, are ready to be stabbed by Nav.
Ready to go in the oven. Clay pit. That's what the cooking here is all about.
That clay-walled oven can reach up to 900 degrees. Onion, pepper, cabbage, and lemon make a bed on the sizzling hot plate, and in comes the lamb.
So we finish it off with some ghee over here, just for the basting. It's ready to go. Come get skewered at the clay pit.
That looks good and it smells delicious. Get some heat in there.
Looks fantastic. You know it's good when it sizzles on the plate. All the spices together, not overwhelming the lamb. So that's pretty amazing. I could eat that every day.
I could eat 4 of these, to be honest. I'd probably eat the veggies too.
There's also a lot to love in their new take on an Indian masterpiece, Karus-e-Torsh.
Kurusha Tursh, it's a Persian term, something stuffed or stuffed chicken. This recipe was invented over 1,500 years ago. What we have done is modernize the presentation. It's meaty, it's hearty, it's vegetables. I can go on and on and on for days about it.
Love to let you, but we'd rather eat it. Like many Indian dishes, this starts with a clarified butter called ghee, seasoned with cumin and coriander seeds, then onion and peppers.
It's kind of like how in Texas you use bacon fat, but this is like Indian way.
The flavor grows with turmeric and a raft of other spices. Then Nav cranks up the crunch with a mix of nuts. It's ready for the spinach to drink up all that saucy goodness.
Then at the end, we finish it with some paneer cheese. Most of the Indians, how they're vegetarians, this is their source of protein.
But this is Texas. So Nav's gonna put the whole thing inside a chicken breast and wrap it up like a burrito.
You're gonna seal it nice and tight so it gets cooked in its own juices. And now what we're going to do is we're going to skewer it on one of these bad boys.
That weapon of flavor is ready for the restaurant's namesake, and wrapping the chicken tight keeps all the flavor locked inside.
You can see that spinach in there. Come out really good. Delicious.
The spice and nut mixture that flavored the spinach gets reinforced with cream.
So that chicken can simmer with the sauce and absorb that flavor. Such a good comfort food.
He piles that comfort on a plate with more nuts, coconut, and cilantro.
Kurusha Tursh, Indian cuisine for Texas-sized appetite.
There's some kind of sweetness buried in here that's so good. Man, that's good.
I haven't tried Indian food because I'm not that adventurous when it comes to eating. That's delicious. The chicken's really tender, and there's like a peanutty sauce. That's amazing.
She's like, oh my God, I love Indian food. I've broken her. She'll now eat Indian food 3 times a week.
It's delicious. I love it.
In a city as culturally diverse as Atlanta, almost every international cuisine is right at your fingertips, including a true taste of Thailand at Tuk Tuk Thai Food Loft.
I was actually born in Thailand. I really love this place.
We will know if this is authentic because we've been to Thailand for our honeymoon.
One bite of the treasures here and you'll know the chef was born and raised on this stuff.
I started cooking with my mom and my grandmother since I was a little girl.
Before we tuck in, what's a tuk-tuk?
Tuk-tuk is actually the motorcycle taxi you see in Bangkok. My grandmother was a street vendor. A lot of my favorite food came from the streets in Bangkok, so that's where we create our menu. I go back and I see new techniques and new food, and I bring it back to Atlanta so you don't have to fly 24 hours to go all the way to Thailand. Thank you, Kunyai, for everything. Kunyai means grandma in Thai.
Grandma would be glowing with pride over the unbelievable Ba Mi Mudang. Dee Dee gets to work rubbing up some pork butt, but this ain't no standard southern rub.
Chinese 5-spice, which is cinnamon, cloves, cardamom, coriander, anise.
Followed by a mystery ingredient for visual appeal, which is?
She's like, no one knows. The red coloring makes it look tasty. If pork wasn't red, it wouldn't be mudang, which is red pork.
The tasty complexity builds with oyster sauce, fish sauce, salt, white pepper, and sugar.
Just gotta massage all the flavors into the meat.
After a 24-hour spin in that marinade, it faces the flame. But mudang does not live by grilled pork alone.
The banh mi, the egg noodles. I like to wash my noodles first to get all the starch off of it, and then we'll boil it.
She uses that boil to blanch bean sprouts and yu choy, a green that's a cousin of Chinese broccoli.
Go ahead and just slice the grilled pork. I see nice and red on the outside.
With the elements all prepared, Dee Dee ties them all together, starting with the noodles.
Some vinegar, fish sauce, thin soy sauce, lime juice, and the sugar. Mix that up together.
That thin soy sauce has a lighter color but a richer flavor than the tabletop variety.
Bean sprouts, and then you tie at the bottom of your bowl.
Noodles go over the top, then it's chilies for heat and a garnish of the taste and textures of Thailand.
Barbecue pork right on top. That banh mi mudang at Tuk Tuk, a little taste of Bangkok right here in the south.
Everything is seasoned really well. The pork is excellent. Everything is delicious.
A sweetness to the pork itself. It's really juicy. You have bits of peanut, gives it a nice crunch to it, a nice texture.
Nice and hot. See the steam?
This is like Thailand in a bowl.
Taste the pepper and the garlic in here. Got a good little kick to it, but that's what I like.
Make me move. Dang, this is good.
For a cool closer, Dee Dee's got something you're gonna be mad you didn't know about years ago. The Bangkok Snow Cone.
It's an old-fashioned style ice cream. I came out with it because it was one of my parents' favorite things to eat when they were children.
This recipe contains nothing but cold, hard snacks.
We add condensed milk and evaporated milk into the actual ice blocks themselves, and then we shave it.
It takes a special blade to make this Thai ice dream come true.
This apparatus is an old-fashioned ice shaver. It's actually stayed in my family for many generations now, and we just keep passing it along, and this one stays here at Tuk Tuk.
How's it work?
There's a blade right here, and then you put your ice right in this area here, and then you just hand shave it, just keep cranking.
As with Froyo, this Far East frozen treat is all about the toppings, which here go on the bottom.
Some jackfruit, with a coconut jelly in, red beans in, nice jelly, palm seeds, lotus seeds.
A street cart's worth of sweetness and texture. It all goes into the bowl, then let it snow.
Oh, my arms are killing me already. All that hard work, and now we got this amazing snow cone.
A touch of rose cane syrup.
Add more condensed milk just to sweeten it up and give it that extra creaminess.
Sweet snowballs, that looks good.
Bangkok snow cone in Atlanta.
Oh my gosh. Tastes like Mount Delicious for sure.
It's so refreshing. Has the right level of sweetness.
A lot of different flavors in here. Taste the coconut, jackfruit. This is the Matterhorn of desserts right here. Combination of sweetness and just pure yumminess.
So for a taste of the East, head south.
Tuk Tuk!
For a taste of the Far East and the Northwest, Seattle's Pike Place Market is a feast for the senses. Throw yourself into the flavors of Korea at a raised bar of the braised short rib.
This is from Washington, grass-fed.
Chef Park cuts between the bones, making short work of these short ribs.
Cooks always season as we go. That way we create a lot of layer of seasonings.
He cranks up the heat and sears the meat.
We lift up, we check. Nice brown color.
Meanwhile, Park makes his amazing braising liquid with S&P, not salt and pepper, sugar and pepper.
The marriage of the black pepper and the beef is perfect. In Korea, we don't really use black pepper. We only use white pepper. I never actually seen black pepper until I moved to the United States.
And the flavor builds with garlic, oil, onion, and soda pop.
It helps to tenderize the meat. The acid will break down those protein and will make a perfect tender braised rib.
He finishes with soy sauce.
There are many different kinds of soy sauce in Korea. This is called jin ganjang, which is a seasoning soy sauce. So it has more depth of flavor, a higher acid.
After a spin, he removes the caramelized meat, adds onions, and glazes with soju.
Soju is a Korean liquor. It's made with the rice grain. It's a very sweet, very subtle.
Dried jujubes, or Korean dates, hook up with the meat. He brings the braising liquid to a boil and puts a little hat on top.
It helps prevent the drying out the top and keep the moisture that's needed inside the pot.
3 hours and 350 degrees, and it comes out fork tender.
Garnished with seasonal vegetable that we grow in Seattle.
Rice cakes and plenty of sauce.
Chan braised rib, best rib you can get in Seattle.
Oh yeah.
It's got a nice little spice to it, but the sweetness is right there, and the meat is falling off the bone.
Finger licking good.
Very tender with a nice garlic taste to it.
This is definitely like a comfort food. It's like pretty fatty and delicious and just like super tender.
I wouldn't have the vernacular to say what I really mean about this. It is that good. It is so tasty and flavorful.
John's next remix is a tasty take on the newly resurgent Korean standard, bibimbap. Bibimbap, one of the ultimate Korean comfort foods, literally means mixed rice.
My mom used to cook that every time she has nothing to cook. We mix everything up and we make this dish.
It starts with sweet, then in goes the garlic.
Lots of garlic here, just like Italian. In South Korea, we consider ourselves Italy in Asia.
Then rice wine and sesame oil.
Sesame oil is like extra virgin olive oil for Italians.
Park rounds it out with soy sauce and that classic Korean condiment, gochujang, a sweet and spicy chili paste. With the sauce blended, Park chops to it on the veggies. They get a light sauté, but the sprouts go deeper.
Bean sprout, I like to be a touch of brown. That smoky flavor makes a perfect bean sprout.
Then it's on to the meat, which is sliced thin and marinated.
Ribeye is a perfect cut because you have enough fat there. It makes it very tender. It almost melts in your mouth.
Next up is the sunny side. When the egg sets, Park puts it aside and grabs a skillet.
Typically we serve in a hot stone pot, but I prefer skillet in America.
He gets it smoking hot and crisps his rice in sesame oil. He assembles the dish right in the hot skillet, starting with shiitake mushrooms, veggies, and those smoky sprouts. Meat and greens complete the color wheel.
Then we go eggs on top, just like that.
Sesame oil, sesame seeds, served with sauce for mixing it all together.
This is bibimbap, Seattle's best comfort food.
It's really hearty and like just enough spice. I really like it. It's really a combination of a lot of different textures and flavors, but all works really good together.
I especially like the rice, how it's kind of charred on the bottom, and just really flavorful, sweet, bit of pungent flavor. It's really good.
Sweet and spicy. Got the egg in there, so it's a little bit savory.
Definitely comfort food. Like I feel warm.
It cost me $19 to take the ferry to come here for dinner, and it was worth every penny. In fact, I'm tipping extra.
For South Korean comfort food in the Pacific Northwest, John Seattle is the perfect marriage of invention and tradition. What could possibly make it better?
I'm bringing the wife.
Fans of Far East fare looking to go even farther, head to San Francisco. Past Chinese, past Japanese, on to the relatively undiscovered delights of Burmese. Burmese food combines all the flavors of its tasty neighbors, China, India, and Thailand, for a unique taste all its own. One you can sample at San Francisco's Mandalay.
It kind of looks like you're going into another world because there's bright yellow and green and just kind of transports you.
Chef and owner Sherry keeps her family's classic Burmese recipes alive, but with a little touch of her own magic.
I learned my cook from my mom and my grandmother recipe. And every year I go back to my country to learn the new dishes.
One classic Burmese dish getting spun by Sherry at Mandalay is the pumpkin pork stew with sour mango.
This recipe in Burma is very famous. Everybody had a different style cooking, but my recipe is from my mom.
And just like Mom used to, she starts with garlic, ginger, and onion.
And there's lemongrass. Without the lemongrass, the smell is not too good.
Then in goes the pork shoulder with an umami bomb of fish sauce. A chef's curry spice blend is as unique as a fingerprint. Sherry's pops with paprika, turmeric, coriander, and ground mustard.
There is a golden color because Burma is golden land country. So we use a lot of gold color and the red color. So I had to put a little bit water to my pork curry because Burmese need to be a little bit gravy. They love gravy.
Next, I'll take unusual ingredients for 100. Ooh, sour mango.
Normally Burmese, they don't put sour mango, but I make more sweet and sour taste. It's really good smell.
Some fresh pumpkin chunks macerate in the mix.
The pumpkin make pork curry sweeter.
And this whole sweet stew lands right back in a pumpkin. Even the bowl looks tasty.
This is the decoration bowl, no need to be eaten.
I make no promises.
This is hearty stew from the heart of Mandalay.
It looks amazing.
Presentation's awesome.
Whoa, that's really good.
It kind of surprised me that it's like a meat and potato type of stew. Pumpkin takes the place of the potato.
It's really soft and melts in your mouth a little bit almost. I want more. I'm gonna steal one off of your plate.
I think this is a great feast from the East.
Absolutely.
Who knew you could take a full tour of amazing, authentic Asian cuisine without ever having to cross the Pacific? Pure sunshine on a bun.
It all comes together stupendously.
Sweetness by the stack.
The pancakes are just so light and fluffy.
And omelets that rock your world.
Then you have that nice rich steak in there, a little bit of cheese.
Wakey wakey for a tasty day breaky.
Silky smooth.
Freaking dreamy.
On all levels, it's hitting it.
Holy cow.
Cause if you snooze, you lose.
Boom, it's just a burst of flavor.
It's salty and like a little bit crispy.
If you don't come here, you don't get that flavor.
Oh, look at this.
Whoa.
Let's rise and dine.
Man, we like to get funky with breakfast.
The worldwide reputation of Chicago as a serious food town reaches into the morning hours with the seriously good breakfasts at Batter and Berries.
This is my favorite place to bring people from out of town all the time.
It's like breakfast that, you know, your grandma never even thought about making. We like to mix in different fruits, candies, liquors, anything we can think of to just keep things interesting and fun. And man, we like to get funky with breakfast.
At Batter and Berries, owner Craig Richardson and chef Ken Polk have teamed up to make waking up a lot more fun than it used to be.
We're in the happy people business. And Chef Ken really knows how to pair flavors together that really just burst alive in your mouth.
Batter and Berries has all the classics to satisfy your sweet and savory sides.
This is a feast, I swear to God. The levels of flavors in this. There's nutmeg in the hot sauce. Who does that?
Those chicken and waffles get the line started early at Batter and Berries. But for the sweetest taste of Sweet Home Chicago, try this 4-flavored burst of morning sunshine, the French Toast Flight.
You get 4 of our signature French toast, which includes a caramel, a strawberry, a lemon, and a blueberry. And if we say lemon, trust me, it's in the batter. If we say blueberry, it's in the batter.
That's not just a clever catchphrase?
No. If we say it, it's in the batter.
So Ken, what's in the batter?
We make a special mix of egg, milk, cream. So our batter is actually very, very rich. That's what makes our batters better. Batter's better. Hashtag it.
Ken gives that languid liquid a spicy kick-me-up.
A little bit of cinnamon, nutmeg, clove, some other spices, which I'm not gonna tell you. And then we have vanilla bean paste. Gives us a much richer flavor than your imitation vanilla, which a lot of people will use at home and try to get away with. We don't play that. The chemical compounds in these ingredients are actually what people crave, believe it or not.
Once the main batter's beaten, Ken breaks it down into quarters and builds his 4 specialized flavors: strawberry, blueberry, lemon, and how do you say it?
Some people say caramel, some people say caramel. It doesn't really matter. It's still going in.
Some thick-cut brioche goes for a dip and then hits Griddle Beach.
Hear that sizzle? Oh, yeah. From all that sugar, we're gonna get some nice caramelization happening.
While the toast gets toasty, Chef Ken gets buttery.
We're gonna go ahead and make our world-famous maple butter. We use real butter, sugar, a tad bit of salt, real maple syrup, and we hand whip it.
That maple syrup makes all the difference.
The cost of maple syrup is what most people buy, the imitation maple syrup, but we use real maple syrup. That's what gives it that special that most people come to us for. We're about to put this all together, and we're gonna literally be in heaven on earth for a few moments at least.
The flight is ready for boarding. Each flavored slice is then married to a topping from flavormatch.com. Then Ken adds plenty of that house-made maple butter. And fasten your seatbelts.
World famous flight of French toast, it's in the batter. Come get you some.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, I'm gonna eat this one first. This French toast flight is genius. We're home in the Cubs and White Sox, but this is a home run right here.
The crust is crunchy, and like the inside is just like nice and gooey. It melts in your mouth. It's delicious.
Wow. Now that's good. The maple butter on top is perfect. I'm not a blueberry guy, but excuse me, I'll have another blueberry. Everybody says breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but you might as well make it be fun, exciting, and delicious. You know, boring breakfast is for boring people.
And boring is definitely not the word to describe the breakfast at Batter and Berries.
They're gonna see me again. Matter of fact, I'm about to move into the neighborhood.
You have to get up pretty early in the morning to beat Portland as a rise and dine destination. And B-Saws on Northwest 21st Ave helped set that bar high long, long ago.
It'd been around, you know, going on 115 years.
That's a Portland icon.
If you're not exceptional, you don't stay open in Portland.
We feel overjoyed to have a spot that on a Tuesday morning is popping, you know, it has great energy.
Like, don't these people work?
A perfect example of what makes B-Saws special is the simple but satisfying switcheroo that is their breakfast burger.
Which is kind of a role reversal of your classic burger, which would be a beef patty with pork bacon, but this one we actually do a pork patty with beef bacon on there.
Creativity at its most contrary. The bacon will be sliced from a slab of beef navel that gets a brine of salt and sugar.
This go in refrigeration, see it in 10 days.
10 salty days plus 10 smoky hours later, it's beef bacon bingo.
We're gonna kind of breakfast it up a little bit. In goes our herbs, AKA parsley and sage. Some lovely Vermont maple syrup. And then for the fun part, we're gonna massage this stuff in. We're gonna go for a deep tissue massage here. We want those flavors to be all the way through.
The secret sauce on this burger is a sweet condiment made from pork's perfect partner, apples.
And the Gravenstein apple is one of my favorites. It's got just enough tartness to it. These will cook all down with the actual cider and the brown sugar until it's a really thick, spreadable butter without actually containing butter.
Huh, apple butter has no butter. Who knew?
So this is our finished product, the apple butter, which is kind of our mayonnaise for the actual burger itself.
Which is almost ready to assemble. Better butter those brioche buns.
Buns are buttered. We're gonna place that on our griddle.
He melts some Munster on the sausage patty.
So while that magic's happening there, we're gonna go ahead and cook off our egg. A little sunny side up egg. Nice toasty buns coming off. That amazing apple butter. Ample amounts. Gotta eat healthy, so you gotta have a little bit of arugula.
And of course, every burger needs some fries on the side.
Good?
That's really good.
It's delicious.
The sausage patty, that's what attracted me to this. It's real savory.
It's a great twist on a normal burger, and it's much lighter.
And the egg, once you bite into it, the yolk kind of like spreads out.
Oh, it's excellent with that egg and the apple butter.
You get that smoky bacon hint on the end.
The texture of the beef bacon, which I haven't had on a burger before, is delicious, and it's extremely crispy.
And it all comes together with the bun stupendously.
If you're not already loading the moving van to come live the Oregon foodie dream, maybe this next dish will convince you. Dream cakes.
Those are freaking dreamy.
Picture this, a beautiful cinnamon roll meets a handsome pancake, and they have this delicious baby.
Oh my. The surprisingly subtle sweet tone is set by the creamy frosting on top. It's cream cheese, powdered sugar, and heavy cream.
Some good frosting.
The dream within the dream is cinnamon butter.
We start with some high quality room temperature butter, a little bit of cinnamon and nutmeg, a little bit of brown sugar. While it's all getting to know each other, we're gonna add a little bit of vanilla extract.
Then he inceptions in one sweet dream further.
So the kind of all-star ingredient that sets this dish apart from others is the sticky toffee sauce.
The hotcakes themselves also have a twist, or rather, a swirl. Remember our cinnamon butter?
What that'll do is the butter will slowly melt into the pancake batter, And when we flip it, it'll caramelize and produce the effect of a cinnamon roll.
Genius. Stack them up, sprinkle on a few crushed walnuts, and Cinnabon Voyage.
Dream cakes. If you're gonna dream, dream big.
So good.
So good.
So good.
You get the cinnamon, you can taste the vanilla, the butter, the caramel, but then you have the crunch of the walnuts on top, which is just exceptional.
Perfectly sweet.
So great. I love the toppy crunches on it. It's like really smooth.
The nuts on top of it, it adds that texture to it that you don't expect when you eat sweet pancakes.
It's the best pancake I've ever had.
That's how they've been doing it at Besaw's since way before anyone can remember.
I think dinosaurs used to eat here.
Maybe.
When you hop out of bed in the charming bedroom community of Westlake Village, CA, make a beeline for CC's. It just has that certain something.
It's lively. You can tell everyone's enjoying themselves. There's always a wait every time I come. People love it.
It's got a good vibe and all that.
And the food?
There's no comparison. No comparison.
Growing up in a restaurant family, CC Chan wasn't sure that was the life for her.
When I was young, I was working with my mom and my dad. My dad always like, hey, do this, and my mom say, do this, and I feel like I have no clue what they say.
But when she opened her own place, doing things her way, it was an instant smash.
The first day when I opened, we have almost full house. And I'm like, whoa, but it was a madhouse. It was a madhouse.
CC's massive menu has 4 pages of pancake creations, all famous for their fluffiness.
If your pancake is not fluffy, it's not good.
The latest and some say greatest addition, blueberry cheesecake pancakes. Each component is deceptively simple.
Sometimes basic things could make things elegant.
The blueberry coulis has only 4 ingredients: water, berries, sugar, and lime juice.
This is what I love, a little bit of tangy.
And stir, and stir.
I could see that. It's going to be really good.
Also, no drama with the rich, creamy topping. It too has just 4 very sane ingredients: cream cheese, heavy cream, vanilla, and sugar. Your move, Mr. Mixer.
They start to combine and be friends, but make sure you don't want to overbeat them. Looking good. About 5 more minutes, or maybe less. This is perfect.
I wish I could reveal a brilliant breakfast hack in her pancakes, but her batter is all the standard stuff, whisked in a bowl. The secret ingredient seems to be CC. Whole blueberries are added pre-flip.
You want a lot? There.
Now those are some CC-worthy pancakes, topped with our blueberry coulis, cream cheese mousse, and a whipped cream shakedown. Finally, a crunchy almond crumble and a dusting of powdered sugar.
Bam! Blueberry cheesecake pancakes. There you go.
Is this breakfast or dessert?
I'm calling this dessert breakfast.
The pancakes are just so light and fluffy. It's just enough sweet. It's a great vehicle for all these toppings.
Oh, pancake. So fluffy, airy, everything you want from a pancake.
The blueberries are just real big, juicy blueberries.
You get this really delicious, fresh blueberry taste.
And then it has this hit of cream cheese or like cheesecake. Really, really, really good.
Right away we get that cheesecake taste. You got the cream cheese, mascarpone.
That with this little crunchy top, it's just delicious. These pancakes are so full of flavor that I didn't even realize that I was missing syrup on them.
Who needs sticky maple clashing with the clean tropical tastes of pina colada pancakes?
I love to drink pina colada. And I was thinking, I want to put this on my pancakes. So let's try something fun.
This frothy smooth topping is even simpler. Just heavy cream, sugar, and mascarpone cheese. This is coming together quick.
You don't want to waste your time. I just work around it until everything's looking good.
This round, her fluffy pancake batter gets a few tropical snowflakes.
So I'm going to put some coconut in there. I feel like I'm in Hawaii.
She stacks the jacks and gives them a nice Hawaiian punch.
I love pineapple, so I'm going to put all of them in there.
There's our mascarpone whip. And hey, did anybody feel that aftershake coming?
Shake time. Whipped cream never hurt anybody.
A little toasted coconut, more magic dust, and what's that I see?
Pina colada pancakes.
Tastes like Hawaii. Hawaii for breakfast.
Aloha.
Take a bite with a piece of pineapple in it, and it just, boom, it's just a burst of flavor.
I can't believe, as thick as they are, how light they seem to taste.
That coconut is really what makes it.
The coconut flakes gives it a really nice crunch. It gives it a lot of texture.
It tastes like a pina colada drink.
Excuse me, miss. I'm gonna need to see some ID.
It's virgin, don't worry.
Even without rum, the pancakes at CC's know how to party.
Pancakes are definitely the party food of breakfast.
It's not just the brotherly love that keeps the city of Philadelphia going. A rib-sticking breakfast you can trust is an absolute must.
It's always been a food town, and being an Italian from South Philadelphia, I think you get a lot of the food culture that exists here already, and we serve breakfast all day.
Michael's dedication to the Rise and Dine Nation keeps him coming to his cozy joint on North 13th Street, Cafe Lift.
Philly influences the menu, and we pour our heart and soul into it every day.
Oh, wow, this looks great.
Looks good to me.
Check out how he's adapted that most revered of Philly foods for the morning meal in the cheesesteak egg panino.
It's brunch all day, every day. That's our slogan, so we can't have a cheesesteak without putting an egg on it.
Chef Josiah shows us how it's done. Instead of traditional ribeye slices, he upgrades to shaved short rib. Then he sweetens the deal with another cheesesteak staple.
Caramelized onions, a little salt, pepper, butter, and sugar. Bring out the sweetness and soften up the texture of an onion, take away that bite, kind of add a different element. We're gonna chop this up, a little bit, break up the meat.
Another Philly classic, the soft pretzel, inspires a new twist to this dish.
We have our pretzel roll.
Which way do you go with the cheese?
Mild provolone. Throw that on top of there. Give our cheesesteak a nice mix.
Let's egg him on to the finish line.
It's gonna fry up nicely. While we wait for that to cook up, we're gonna add our Carter mayo.
That's mayo spiked with a secret hot sauce.
The best part of this hot sauce is the sweet and spicy component. Oh, it's looking delicious.
Breaking out of that breakfast rut with some Philadelphia freedom.
Here we have the breakfast of champions, the cheesesteak egg panino.
Oh my God. The egg and the cheese infused with the meat. Oh man.
The Carter mayo, it's a great addition to it.
I got the pretzel bun and the sauce with the sweetness and the salty. It's really good.
The egg itself and the short rib and the provolone cheese. This sandwich is definitely one of the top Philadelphia cheesesteaks I've ever had.
It's bringing two of Philly favorites together, the cheesesteak and the pretzel.
Every day, gotta wake up with this.
With one of the largest Polish populations in the U.S., Cafe Lift wakes them up with the Polish Benedict.
This dish is an idea that Mike and myself came up with on how can we utilize locally sourced meats to add something special to our menu.
Special, as in a super tangy spin on the standard hollandaise sauce.
We're gonna put in our egg yolks, our whole grain mustard. Next we have parsley. Green color makes it pop.
Seasoning and lemon juice round out the flavor.
Fire up.
Josiah slow jams in some melted butter.
You add it in too fast, it'll cook your eggs. You can just tell it's getting fluffier and creamier.
And it's ready for the Sauce Hall of Fame.
And there we have our whole grain mustard hollandaise. It's silky smooth all the way to the bottom of the bowl.
The egg poach approaches, followed closely by
English muffins, buttered going down.
Here comes another close shave, kielbasa.
Smoked kielbasa is already cooked, so you just want those flavors to cook together with the sauerkraut. Get a nice mixture there.
This is one bold Benedict.
These English muffins are nice, toasted, golden brown. You can just smell the flavor. Poached eggs, whole grain mustard hollandaise.
Rocky himself couldn't beat this dish. It's the Polish Benedict.
This is like the best. Just put it with your fork lightly. It just oozes out just perfectly on the English muffin. Love it.
The use of the sauerkraut with the kielbasa on this is really good, really tasty.
Oh, that's really good. And the hollandaise sauce really makes it pop. I can taste the kielbasa coming through. That hollandaise sauce is like perfection.
If you're looking to liberate your taste buds for breakfast in Philly, Cafe Lift rings a bell.
Cheers, Cheers. Man. Very good.
Oh, what a beautiful morning in Oklahoma. City, that is. There's a reason OKC is known as the Big Friendly.
This is the absolute best breakfast in Oklahoma City. Of course, this is our favorite. Probably one of the only places that we go because it feels like we're home.
Luigi Del Cid is bringing bold Latin flavors from his mom's kitchen right into the heart of OKC.
What makes them unique is the fact that they're generational recipes, bringing Latin American culture with American culture.
And they're served all day, every day, in their big, bright Cafe Cacao. You just have to bring your appetite and feast on the homemade wonder of the Huevos Rancheros. Luigi's brother Alex tells us where it gets its flavor.
In the southern parts of Mexico, going in all the way through Guatemala and Central America.
It starts with that all-important ranchero sauce.
Fresh tomatoes. We're gonna continue with our onions.
Alex loads that pot with garlic, bell peppers, and a powdered chicken broth.
That special touch that is particular to our recipe.
Some savory seasonings round it out. Then it's a mild Mexican chili pepper to add depth.
Some of our guajillo peppers. It'll just add a bit of smokiness. Ranchero makes the world go around.
No prefab chorizo here. Cacao's spicy Mexican sausage is made from scratch, starting with orange juice.
A little rice and shine beverage to wake up the flavor.
Then a touch of mystery.
If you want to know the secret to this one, you're gonna have to join our family.
I thought you'd never ask. He tosses in some spices and some achiote pepper paste.
It's full of flavor, and it's one of the main ingredients in our recipe for chorizo.
The taste gains strength as they mix.
It's perfect. So we're gonna mix our ground pork with our marinade. It's a vibrant color, isn't it? Now we just let it sit for a day or two, and it's gonna be ready to go.
Meanwhile, back at the Ranchero, Alex moves into a 10-gallon pot.
Let's mix things up.
Alex moves forward with the flavors while reaching back a generation to make sure the tortillas are tops. Mom, you busy?
She brings all the love. Without gloves, it would just become a complete mess in your hands and end up falling apart. Thanks, Mom.
The tortillas get grilled and fried, the chorizo sizzles, black beans get busy, and eggs get cracking. All the Latin flavors you love get stacked in the biggest bowl north of Texas.
Café Cacao's Huevos Rancheros. It's how Oklahoma does its breakfast.
Oh my gosh. There are just so many flavors that are going on. They're my favorite out of any place here in OKC.
And then you catch a little bit of this guacamole and you put it in and it's delicious.
The egg cooked a little over medium so that it doesn't run as much. It's perfect.
I never have eggs with cilantro, and it just makes it very fresh with some black bean and sour cream. This little spicy sauce that they serve on the side is my favorite, I think.
All the different layers stacked together, perfectly proportioned. Man, the best.
Here's another great Latin-inspired breakfast you won't find at just any diner, the Cobanero omelet. It starts with carne asada, then chef gets all Van Gogh with their house-made marinade.
Wet our brush here and try to cover every single piece. Just painting the flavor.
And that's just the first color on the palette.
Go ahead and get some potatoes going. And we're gonna make sure that our black beans get going. Nice and soft and smooth.
This really is Oklahoma. Look at all those panhandles.
Habanero sauce is nice and hot, and it's looking really, really good. If you want real watermelon flavor, you really have to have habanero peppers.
The steak gets cooked with a bit of pico de gallo. All that bold goes into the fold.
And last but not least, our habanero sauce.
And those special peppers, they run all through the sauce that blankets this omelet. It's OKC's most awesome egg dish.
Café Cacao's habanero omelet with carne asada.
Yum. The carne asada is very tender. It's perfect. And the sauce is really good too. It has the perfect amount of kick to it.
Wow, so good. A little spice to it, creamy sauce, potatoes nice crispy on the outside.
You have that nice rich steak in there, and a little bit of cheese. And it's got a nice little kind of like tomato flavor there to kind of balance out the heat. It's just delicious.
Spice is just right. One of my favorite dishes.
And what's your impression, local hero Wayne Coyne, lead singer for rock legends The Flaming Lips?
The beans, to me, they have this sort of flavor. It's kind of like listening to John Coltrane. If you don't come here, you don't get that flavor.
Do you realize, Oklahoma City, what a dandy day-starting gem you have in Café Cacao?
The community, the people, the food, it's all excellent.
This food rocks. But my lips aren't flaming.
To truly seize the day in New York City, you need to eat more in the morning than a Big Apple. That kind of energy requires a big breakfast sandwich.
I think the secret to their great breakfast sandwich is a little bit of grease, a little bit of cheese, a little bit of fat, and a little bit of creativity.
These magic morning lifters can be found all over the city at almost any deli. But for the next level version, head to Lower Manhattan's High Street on Hudson.
Oh, this is the best breakfast in New York, absolutely.
It doesn't matter what hour of the day it is, I know I can come here and have an amazing meal.
We serve breakfast because it's one of those meal periods that people have not thought of having a chef-driven egg sandwich.
High Street takes the simple egg sandwich and customizes it with classic New York City flavors, like on their pastrami and hash.
Pastrami is something that no New Yorker can live without.
That checks out. Tell us more about your sandwich philosophy, Sean.
The difference between a good and a bad sandwich definitely starts with the bread. This bread is made in-house by our craft bakers. We drop it here onto our griddle.
The Kaiser roll is joined by a deli-fied delight, a pastrami spice hash brown.
We fry them ahead of time to give them a little crisp on the exterior, which adds a nice crunch to the sandwich.
What's up with that prime pastrami?
This is a locally sourced Pennsylvania beef. I like to let it cook in its own fat so it gets nice and crispy. While the beef is searing, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of our red and green pepper sofrito.
The Spanish sauce sizzles, while in a show of true international solidarity, chef spreads Russian dressing on our Austrian Kaiser roll.
Classic New York pastrami sandwich condiment. Now that the meat's like nice and toasty, it's getting crispy on one side, you can start to smell that fat crisping up. We're gonna turn it over. All that salt and sugar that's been imparted into the meat over that 7-day cure is now starting to like really crisp up.
As is that hash brown, which makes a bold bottom for our breakfast sandwich.
Peppers are next. Pastrami hash is crispy. We can go ahead and top our sandwich. The last ingredient for this dish will be to add a little scrambled egg. Just gonna fold it up, top our sandwich.
Bun that tower up and retrofit it with a support beam.
This is not a child's version of a sandwich. This is definitely a big boy sandwich. Rising high like the New York skyline, our pastrami and hash.
Holy cow.
New Yorkers are known for two things: bacon, egg, and cheese, pastrami sandwich. So they merged this together perfectly.
I love pastrami. You know, it's such a New York deli staple. It really almost acts like next level bacon. It's salty and like a little bit crispy, but still meaty. It's terrific.
Well, that's incredible. You gotta smush it so you can get everything together, because you're missing out if you don't get all the flavors in one bite. The star of the dish, for me, is the pastrami, because I've never seen it on a breakfast sandwich before, and it's just a nice little surprise.
This hash brown right here is incredible. Kind of melts perfectly with the Russian dressing. which is total pastrami sandwich.
High Street captures the quintessential New York corner store sandwich experience in a popular creation known simply as the Bodega.
Any corner in the East Village, an all-night deli sells bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. We've gone ahead and taken the idea of that and kind of chefed it up a bit.
That means toasting a homemade sage and black pepper biscuit on the plancha.
Next up, we have our pork sausage. It's cut to match the shape of the biscuit, so it's a nice, organized, delicious sandwich. Tipped to be square.
While the sugars in that sweet and smoky sausage caramelize, Sean adds heat from hot pepper mayo.
We like it spicy for sure. Right now, it's looking beautiful. And now we're gonna soften that crispy biscuit and crispy sausage with a little bit of a delicious scrambled egg. What's very standard without a scrambled egg? It's just a sandwich.
Can't miss out on that white cheddar either.
The hot egg, we'll go ahead and melt the cheese a little bit, drop it right on top. This looks absolutely delicious. Bodega is one bodacious breakfast sandwich.
Oh my God. It's a super decadent sandwich. You have like this biscuit on top, made with butter, elevated with some steak. The sausage, it's freaking delicious. It's tender. It goes well with the egg. And the cheese is like melted into the biscuit, into the sausage.
Oh yeah, it has like a nice spice to it.
I didn't realize how crispy it was gonna be and how flaky.
Yeah.
But crazy crispy. It's not too spicy, but it's like zesty enough.
Yeah.
That'll wake me up.
On your next quest for Manhattan Morning Munch, walk down the High Line and grab a seat at High Street on Hudson.
Get one of these insanely awesome breakfast sandwiches, then take a walk in the beautiful neighborhood. Perfect day in New York.
The diversity of Miami's South Beach takes Miami to Miami. The only thing better than a day at the beach is breakfast beforehand at the front porch.
You get out of bed, you come to the front porch. That's all of Miami. Nobody wants to cook. Plus, it's always the scene here.
Slept in? No problem. They do breakfast all day, and their menu is a flavor trip around the world.
We've come up with a really eclectic menu that satisfies everybody.
Taste the satisfaction in their Asian-flavored Latin dish, the kimchi breakfast tacos.
It's a fantastic taco. It's not just a traditional breakfast anymore.
Starring their own porch-made kimchi, which is
like a fermented vegetable salad, almost like a Korean coleslaw.
Larry loads up on Napa cabbage, adds a bell pepper color trio, and then it's go-go cilantro.
Kimchi is one of my favorite things on our menu. It's got a lot of flavor. You just get your hands into it. Yeah, I like making kimchi.
Just ferment till Friday and enjoy. Next, Larry introduces us to his breakfast associate.
This is Bob, our trusty blender. This is what we use to make barbecue sauce.
He gives Bob gobs of cilantro and scallions, then some liquid heat, ginger, and honey.
This is Miami. We have to have the sweet with the heat.
Sriracha raises the temperature even more. And finally, garlic.
That's what the breath mints are for.
Not your backyard barbecue sauce.
It doesn't even look like your traditional barbecue sauce.
Well, it's not your traditional breakfast. As cheddar melts on the tortillas, butter melts in the pan, and an age-old mystery is solved.
The chicken comes first with the breakfast taco.
Fluffy scrambled eggs, followed by kimchi and Korean barbecue sauce.
A little spice and a big pop of flavor.
Cilantro on the top, fruit on the side.
And there you have it, the kimchi breakfast taco. Breakfast is never going to be the same again.
Ooh, Lord, look how juicy this is. Wow.
Kimchi and the barbecue sauce combined gives you like the sweet, sour taste, which just go perfect with the chicken.
The kimchi tacos here are taco-tastic.
It was definitely a melting pot in a taco.
It tastes really fresh because of all the cilantro and the cheese and the chicken.
Heaven on a plate. I don't know if I could say it on TV. It's that good.
I feel like I woke up in Korea and Mexico at the same time.
You almost need a passport to eat that.
I know.
Next, Larry makes us a breakfast we can't refuse. the Sicilian omelet.
Omelets are popular because I think people don't make them at home for themselves, and it's something that they enjoy when they go out. Of course, you have to start these omelets with eggs.
After a beating, they go into a buttery skillet. Then peppers and onions, and he's ready to crumble.
Like most of the items we have on our menu, we make our sausage from scratch. The main ingredient is sage, fresh thyme. We add molasses to make it a little sweet, and it's a great addition to the Sicilian omelet.
Naturally, they make their own tomato sauce.
Our marinara is not a spicy marinara. It's sweet, and it has a lot of basil. It's very savory. It's made with love, and it tastes great.
He tops off this tour of Italy with mozzarella.
Put it in the oven, let the cheese melt, and we're ready to go. You'll think you woke up in Italy with this Sicilian-inspired omelet.
I'm tasting the motherland in this omelet. I'm getting sausage, I'm getting green peppers. I feel like I'm an Italian street fair. There's green, there's red. It makes me proud of my Sicilian heritage.
Forget about it.
It makes me feel like I'm on vacation every day.
Ooh, marinara sauce is awesome. Never had it with an omelet before.
I'm tasting a pizza omelet. I mean, that's what it tastes like. It's delicious, man. And it's a pizza wrapped in an egg delivered to my front porch. You get it? Front porch?
We can't all have a front porch with a view of the beach, but everybody's welcome at the Front Porch Cafe.
My mouth is more well-traveled than I am right now. Woke up in Korea, just went to Italy, wanderlust.
When it's morning in St. Louis, it's not the city's iconic toasted ravioli or barbecue that people crave. For 7 decades, they've been clamoring for the hearty, homemade breakfast at Goody Goody.
I don't think there's a single person who lives in St. Louis who has not eaten at this restaurant.
I've been in here since I was like 5.
I remember as a little kid coming to Goody Goody with my grandfather, and the place is just iconic. It hasn't changed.
To officially say you've been to St. Louis, you gotta come to Goody Goody.
Since the 1940s, Goody Goody's been serving up St. Louis' most beloved version of that sweet and savory Southern wake-me-up, chicken and waffles.
Goody Goody Diner has the best chicken and waffles, point blank, period.
I can't even keep track of how many chicken and waffles we make every day. We open at 6. 6:01, they want chicken and waffles. They're ready for it as soon as we're open the doors.
Lucy Tillman's been coming here since she was a kid. Now, she's chief cook and chicken watcher.
We have 5 jumbo wings. If you can finish 5 of these, you're pretty good, because I'm full off of 2. What we're gonna do is start this first nice jumbo wing into our pre-dip batter. Can't tell you what that is, I'm sorry.
Aw, come on. There must be something you'd like to reveal.
I'm telling you, when you taste this batter, magnifico, I'm telling you. And I'm not even Italian, how about that?
She's laughing, but she ain't kidding.
This is gonna go into our flour batter seasoning. I can't tell you about that either, I'm sorry.
Apparently, it's a matter of national chicken security.
All we're gonna do now is drop these 5 wings into the grease.
Let's talk waffles.
It's just a very simple waffle batter. Can't really tell you what's in it, because then you guys wouldn't come here anymore. You'd make your stuff at home.
Golden brown perfection achieved. Our waffle joins forces with the secretly seasoned chicken wing quintet to become
Goody Goody Diner's famous chicken and waffles.
Oh, look at my chicken. Look at that.
I mean, this chicken is better than my mama's chicken, so.
It's like a perfect balance of seasoning, pepper, and just tastiness.
Crispy on the outside, moist in the middle. It's perfect fried chicken.
On all levels, it's hitting it. You got the crispy, you got the spice. It's not a lot of salt, which is great, and it's delicious.
Wow, that's a good waffle. Once the syrup soaks into the waffles, they're even better. They get like syrup creamy.
I don't like dense waffles, and these are airy, and they still have a little crunch to them, which makes it awesome.
Equally awesome and awe-inspiring is Goody Goody's biggest breakfast belly buster, the Slinger.
It takes people a while to get their head around hamburgers and eggs and potatoes and chili all mixed together. But once you've tried it, you're gonna keep coming back.
We're gonna start this slinger out with 2 hamburger patties. They're about 3½ ounces apiece.
Diced potatoes land on that sizzling grill, while a couple of eggs fry in a pan. Then, Lucy starts to build her own special food pyramid. Burgers, eggs, potatoes,
And we're not even done. This breakfast right here is gonna be the bomb.
Chili is the fuse, cheddar is the match, and boom! Goody Goody is blowing up breakfast.
The Slinger, guaranteed to knock you off your feet.
Oh, no, it's here.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, well, it's got potatoes in it, got some chili in it. It's got excellent flavor, seasoned to perfection, too.
I'm gonna try your chicken.
Boy, that chili is good.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
The chili, you can tell, is very homemade. The potatoes are crispy, but yet still moist. Every bite, you just get a something different, which is great in the morning to wake you up. This is really good.
40 years of breakfast, and everyone has been simply fabulous.
Scale of 1 to 10. How much I like it? 11.
In a rapidly changing world, it's nice to have something you can count on. And for generations of rising diners, that something is Goody Goody.
Goody Goody is good people, good time, and good food. If you come to St. Louis and you go wake up in the morning and not dead, you better come to Goody Goodies.
There's a lot of great morning meal strategies, but it always pays to go big early. The ultimate burger topping.
Wow, that's insane.
Pure barbecue with no excuses. Giant wings that redefine crispy.
This is a hot mess that I'm going to devour.
Street food has never been hotter.
Holy cow.
That's what I'm talking about.
There's bold new flavors rocking the block.
Sweet and savory and spicy.
Smoky, delish.
So crispy.
And it's beautiful.
Park yourself and enjoy some street eats.
This is gourmet street food.
What up?
The undisputed king of street eats is Los Angeles, where curbside cuisine is $1 billion industry. To make your mark here, you gotta make some noise, like the fire-breathing roar of Meatzilla.
You're at one of the most crowded markets in the world. The way you become legends is you do something interesting.
Meatzilla is putting things that you wouldn't expect to be together, make it something that you want to keep coming back for.
You can't be pedestrian and catch the pedestrians. I wanted to make a really funky burger shop that was using like quality ingredients, but wasn't gonna cost you your firstborn. So Meatzilla is a food truck that doesn't go anywhere.
Chef and co-owner James Ramey lives just minutes from his burger baby, where the diverse neighborhood is a cooking influencer.
Downtown LA is just kind of a melting pot of cultures, flavors, and personalities. And I think what we've done here at Meatzilla is kind of embody that spirit and energy in our food.
That melting pot spirit is fully embodied in Meatzilla's decadent double-decker, the Beef Beef, Meatza style.
So my business partner texts me at 4 a.m. He's like, dude, I got this crazy idea of combining a burger and a pizza together. I'm basically a 90s kid. I grew up eating microwave pizza. So I kind of wanted a recipe that was reminiscent of that experience.
It may look like it's from the freezer section, but this pizza is fresh, brother. James starts with a bakery bun.
We will use a house-made pizza sauce and the piece of Munster, which pairs well with the mozzarella. And as well, it melts down really good, so you get that nice whole double cheesy. Like how your dad's jokes were cheesy? Yeah. What we're doing here is making an edible dad joke.
Next, it's a little pepperoni and a little heat. Literally.
We're gonna bake it in our lovely little toaster oven here called Junior. The grown-up easy bake is exactly what this is.
With the pizza party in full swing, the burger finally makes its appearance.
We use a certified Angus, which is basically this dude named Angus. He knows a lot of cows. If he knows them, it's certified, whatever.
James likes the kid, but he's very serious about beef.
When you cook a burger, you have to treat this like a steak. So we're just gonna hit it with salt and pepper right on the grill, and a little bit more.
Stamp that passport with some Munster and a little American.
So we have our lovely toasted bun. Here's our sriracha ketchup. We'll just do a couple ladles.
Stack it all up and finish it off with some Hollywood magic.
Since I'm a wizard, I have a little trick for you. Take a little checkered paper. The beef meets the style.
It's so juicy. It's a perfect combination of flavors. I like the tomato sauce from the pizza. It's kind of like ketchup in a way, but with a more pepperoni taste. It's really good.
Ooh, it must be good. You got your eyes closed?
The onions and the pickles, really crisp. And the cheese is all melty, really forms a really nice sort of like goo texture with the burger.
Oh my God, I'm in love with this burger. I'm not ashamed to, I'm very ashamed to admit it, but I hate you so much because you're so delicious. The only thing I can do with my feelings is what I always do. I'm gonna eat them.
Angelinos also have strong feelings about Meatzilla's take on SoCal's favorite Korean street food. Check out the Kim Park Lee Burger.
We took all of the flavorful elements that people like from Korean barbecue and just rammed it into a cheeseburger.
James sounds the Korean beef alarm. Bulgogi!
It's a staple in Korean cuisine. Every family kind of has like their own spin on how they do it. And I personally learned mine from the mother of an ex-girlfriend. So, Mrs. Min, what up?
The stolen recipe includes soy sauce, rice wine, sesame oil, and Mrs. Min's former family secret, Korean pear.
It actually acts as a tenderizer for the meat.
James preps his burger for a little bit of soul.
We'll take a good handful of our marinated bulgogi, throw it right on the flat top.
Cali pepper jack for the burger, Japanese mayo for the bun, and international diplomacy for the win.
Here you have the bulgogi and the hamburger patty mixed together. You got two cultures, two different flavors, amalgamated. It's awesome.
House-made kimchi slaw and green onions add a final acidic bite. And here's what's hot right now.
Meatzilla's Kim Park Lee, bring in fusion to downtown Los Angeles.
I think I could probably translate. I think she's saying, it's good. She wants some more.
The bulgogi is sweet. It has a little tang. It has a little pepper to it. It hits all of my different taste buds.
Wow, that's insane. If I was hungover, that would be my dream.
I don't know who this Kim Park Lee fellow is, but I want to shake his hand. He has a really good burger.
The mobile food game is strong in all corners of the City of Angels, but no one's crushing these streets as ferociously as the burger monster known as Meatzilla.
It's LA, you're right on the street, you just walk past 100 buildings. Who knows what mysteries of glory could be inside. Go ahead, it's beautiful.
Welcome to Northwest Street Food Central, Portland, Oregon, where the sidewalks are wet, the hipsters are hungry, and the meat is massive.
All right, you first.
There is a huge food truck revolution going on in Portland.
Almost every other block, you might see a food cart. It's a great community, and everybody's making really good food.
For pounds of pit meat at its peak, line up at Matt's Barbecue and try not to drool.
How big are the beef ribs?
Big. They're awesome. We have them every weekend.
Nice. Barbecue is just a good comfort food. It's good anywhere, even in the rain. It's great.
I really like that personal touch where you can actually spend time and talk to the person who's cooking your food versus a chef behind, a counter somewhere.
Cheers. Cheers.
But this ain't no backyard amateur. Matt brings French Culinary Institute training to his street meat.
I've been fortunate enough to cook in a lot of places and cook a lot of styles of food, and making barbecue is by far my favorite thing to do.
Yeah, this is gourmet street food.
Definitely gourmet street food.
Yeah.
For a supersized survey of all Matt's has to offer, check out the whole shebamwich.
It's got everything on, crammed into a sandwich. We top it with a giant rib. It's really goofy and silly looking, and tons of meat.
Specifically, beef brisket, spare ribs, and pork butt. Just a trim, please.
We trim a fair bit off because we need the extra excess for our sausages. All our sausages are made from brisket and rib trimming. We keep it simple, salt and pepper. We let the meat stand for itself. We want that first bite to just hit them with a lot of good flavor and a real nice peppery crust.
After each meat gets a major rub down, he sets in on his sausage, made with the beef and pork trimmings.
We use natural hog casings here. It's the only way that you're gonna get that snap that everybody loves. And now we're cooking.
No fancy timers or thermometers here. A real pitmaster knows his meat by feel.
We look for that nice and floppy feeling, good bit of spring, because we want it to hold up on a slice.
What's a good clue that you nailed the pulled pork?
You could can see how shiny it is. That nice layer of fat now we're mixing in with the nice bark. I don't think you can ask for juicier pork than this.
After a dousing of Matt's famous hogwash, more on that later, the porky shreds land on a toasted bun with house-made pickles and onions and smoky sausage.
We've already got a lot of meat and we're halfway there.
Don't forget that chopped brisket, coleslaw for health, and our bun cap.
Last but not least, the rib.
So much meat. It's the whole shabamwich.
Street eats at its finest.
Drum roll, here we go.
I'm just gonna eat it.
It's gonna like fall on.
Street eat's supposed to be messy.
Yeah, for real. That's like an explosion.
I got sausage, chopped brisket, pulled pork, coleslaw, pickles. That's everything in one bite.
It's just juicy and mouthwatering and just really savory. Can we get some more napkins?
The sausage is perfect. It's kind of sweet, a little spice to it.
I haven't had something this good in my mouth for a really long time. I don't think ever, honestly.
Oh, you got food on your mouth. Let me get that.
No, hold up, this is about to be small.
All these tasty messes come out of Matt's custom-crafted smoker.
Here's our offset smoker. I designed it, I had a local welder build it. It has plenty of airflow, which gets us that nice, crispy bark that we have on all our meats and that's what we're known for.
For more smoky meat-on-meat action, take a peek at the Cow Pig Stacker.
I personally like to call it the Big Mat. I think you'll understand once you see it.
This triple bun beast starts at level 1 with house-made pickled cukes and red onions.
That just adds a little extra zing and a little crunch to the sandwich.
A thick piece of brisket, and on to level 2 with pulled pork and the sweet tangy glory of hogwash, made with vinegar, ancho chili, cayenne, and brown sugar.
I've been fortunate to travel all around, eat a lot of barbecue, and this hogwash comes from my experiences eating whole hog in North Carolina. Just really rounds out the flavor of the pulled pork.
Same finishing moves as before, and I'm loving it.
There it is, the Cow Pig Stacker.
Sweet Jesus.
That was an impressive bite.
Can't get it down if you can't get it in, so.
Brisket just melts. Even though he cuts it nice and thick, there's no problem eating it. It's just so tender and so melt in your mouth. It's fantastic.
The pork and the beef in there, just a savory of the two of them mixed together with all the bread, just combined perfectly.
3 levels of buns. The bread's fantastic with it.
The pickles add a really nice touch, like it's just sweet enough.
Can you hand me a napkin?
So bring your napkin, your raincoat, and your appetite to Matt's Barbecue.
Hey, Matt. Good job,
Good
bud.
job,
man.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Street food is so popular up in the Pacific Northwest. One Seattle joint had to move the alfresco fabulousness from curbside to tableside. Street food's going streetless in Seattle at New.
Eating here is like basically getting to travel around the world and try dishes everywhere without having to leave Seattle.
Co-owners Win Wen and Chris Savekovich are lifelong globetrotters whose passion for international street food inspired them to settle down and raise a family of food lovers.
What I love about what we built at New is the fact that we pull in together so many different cultures, so many different amazing food.
Food isn't always about just getting full. It's about experience, and this is the full experience.
To experience the fiery flavors of China's Sichuan province, book a flight of Chengdu spicy chicken wings.
This isn't your typical hot wing. These wings aren't about the burn, they're about the flavor.
That flavor travels to the Emerald City from halfway around the world.
I fell in love with these Sichuan peppercorn. I'm bringing these in directly from China. There's a long lead time on getting them here, but the flavor they add is quite addictive once you have it.
Chris feeds his addiction by sautéing those imported peppercorns in hot oil.
If you put your head over this thing, you'll know what fragrant is. It smells like a bouquet of like a citrus and spice.
A fish sauce made from fermented anchovies does a balancing act with a heaping bowl of sugar.
This is gonna thicken up the dish, add some body to it. A lot of the foods from around the world are about the contrasts, and this is that contrast of sweet and savory and spicy.
For the contrast of tang, Chris makes an unusual call. Black lime, dried in the sun for an entire month.
And we grind up the entire limes. It's probably the second biggest component to the flavor building that we're doing in this dish.
Flavor's not the only thing big around these parts.
We use the amazing jumbo chicken wings. Hormone-free, though. This is not a Franken wing.
Chris coats the wings with ice water and flour. Then he does it again. This chicken dip deja vu is a little trick he picked up on his travels.
It adds a layer of water in between. When we put that into the fryer, that's going to become steam. It's going to expand. It's going to get a little extra crispiness to it.
The extra crispy wings are tossed in that extra special Szechuan sauce and then stacked high as a Shanghai skyscraper. Flavor elevator going up.
This is a hot mess that I'm going to devour. This is amazing. Look at how big that is. This is like the Samson of chickens.
It's got the crispy outside. It's kind of got a sweet underlying flavor. There is a lot of pepper. It's delicious. Very unique. I love it.
Compared to like a buffalo wing, it's not as spicy, but it's got some kind of tang to it. It's sweet and spicy at the same time in all the right places.
There's some special spice dusted on top. That hits you first, and then the green stuff hits you second, and then the juice from the chicken hits you third. It's a nice 1, 2, 3 punch. I love you, but I'm not sharing my street food.
From the streets of China, we're off for a 2-continent concoction called South African Bunny Chow.
Bunny chow is a street food that you would find throughout South Africa. It's an Indian masala that was taken to South Africa. Every family in India would have their own ingredients they add to it, or every village or region or state. This is our family recipe here at New.
The word bunny is South African slang for banya, a group of immigrants from India.
That's the bunny and bunny chow. It's never been made with rabbit.
Chris starts the masala, a type of curry, with onions, garlic, and ginger. Then adds a cabinet's worth of imported spices that shall remain nameless.
This is our own proprietary blend. It's like a spice rainbow that we're adding to the dish. You're not going to mistake this for Swedish food.
Add chicken, diced tomatoes, and cream, and at the end of that spice rainbow, you'll find a pot of curried gold.
So instead of having a bowl or a plastic plate that you throw away, they would fill a loaf of bread with the curry, and that would be the vessel for carrying it out. So you can eat the whole thing. It's an edible lunchbox.
A cool combination of yogurt and sour cream is the crowning glory. And this chow is down.
Here comes the airplane.
It's got a lot of flavor.
It's delicious curry, and the chicken is just, it's so moist.
We've got the curry, but then there's other things and they're coming into play, like spice and sweet. Lots of different things hitting my palate.
I love how the gravy soaks through the bread. That's the best part. It's rich, it's got like a little bit of spice on the back. It's fantastic.
Bunny chow reminds me of the bread we had in Ghana, which is delicious and spicy, and it's a surprise.
The surprise of an afternoon stroll to just about any place you can imagine.
Cheers, my darling.
When you come into New, it's like being on the street. You don't know who you're going to bump into. You don't know what foods you're going to find on the menu. All that you know is you're going to have an amazing time here.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, man. This is amazing. Fantastic.
Yeah.
We're back in Portland, Oregon, where the vibrant food scene is so alive with great places to eat. But when sandwich cravings attack, the living end is the living dead.
This truck goes everywhere. You want me to go somewhere, call me. If I want to go somewhere, I just go.
Behind the wheel is the Texas-born, Chicago-bred, trash-talking, award-winning, meat-smoking zombie maker, Melissa.
I think this is why they call me the pastrami queen of Portland. I'm not sure, but that's what I think.
Want to know why? Just try the pastrami sandwich.
But this isn't a sandwich. This is a sandwich. A sandwich is the holy grail between two pieces of bread.
Her sandwich starts at the smoker.
Coming out of this bad boy is my house-made pastrami. Ta-da! Come here, baby. Try a bite of this. Ah, not. Oh.
The precious pastrami is heated one batch at a time.
We steam it to order around here. No shortcuts. It looks so simple, but bro, all the hard work was done 7 days ago.
Zombie meat takes a week.
So I brine it, salt, pepper, juniper berries, coriander, and some other stuff. And you know where we're going with this.
I ain't telling. I wrap it, put it in the fridge, rinse it, smoke it. 7 days later, you get this. Bada bing, bada boom.
Melissa uses the official bread of the undead, sour rye, and loads it up with truck-made Russian dressing fortified with
Pickles, capers, onions, and, and some other stuff.
Next, the pastrami lover's cheese of choice.
Pastrami and Swiss go together like me and you.
Is it getting hot in here?
So once my pastrami steam, I put it on the side with the Swiss cheese so it gets a little melty on there. And the coleslaw is cold, gives you a nice balance of hot and cold. Just when you think you have too much coleslaw, you have the right amount.
Love is in the air, and it smells like pastrami.
Pastrami Zombie's coming to get you, baby. Oh, that's right. Oh, look at this giant sandwich.
Mm-hmm. It's as good as it looks. Pastrami-licious. The thing that hits first is always the pastrami. You know what it's good for? Forever. What feels like forever? Something really respectable, a week or something, like longer than I focused on anything in my life. The smokiness of the meat in there, it just literally warms you up inside. The dressing, the slaw, it's got a nice crunch to it. It is the bond.com/pastram.
It doesn't take brains, delicious brains, to figure out the secret of Melissa's success.
I just work hard and love what I do. I have fun, and I care about my guests.
Pastrami Zombie's no one-meat pony. She breathes new life into the classic bacon cheeseburger with the Sandwichburg.
Old men tell me it's the best burger they've ever had. And some of them are like 80+ years old. We know they've eaten a lot of burgers.
Maybe they're seduced by the sauce, made with ultra crunchy pickles.
Need to get it nice and ground up. This is for flavor.
She ups the flavor further by spicing up the burger.
So I make my own seasoning. See the dust? Means you're doing it right.
She drops the all-natural beef on the flat top, gives it a flip, and brings the cheeses.
I'm gonna add some Swiss and American because it's a delicious combo. And you see the red here on the burger? That's how a burger is supposed to be cooked.
Melissa covers a toasty bun in tasty sauce. Then the burger meets the bacon.
We cut it thicker than most. We put a good portion on. Next, we got our thin sliced iceberg lettuce. Gives it a nice crunch. It's perfect.
And a bunch of onions for even more crunch.
It's crazy.
Oh my God.
So good.
It's not real food unless it gets all over you.
I'm so impressed by that sandwich.
It has a special seasoning on it.
It's called the Berg seasoning.
All we know is that it tastes good and it works perfect with the burger.
The bacon is probably my favorite part. Super thick cut, smoky, delish. And then that tangy sauce, which obviously I've got all over my hands. I will be licking that off later.
I love the Russian dressing and the slaw and the meat. So good, and like the overloading of cheese going all over the place.
When I get out of my car, it's like we're racing to see who can get to the sandwiches first. I usually win because I push her down.
Pastrami Zombie is Portland's favorite way for the Walking Dead to get nicely fed.
Same time tomorrow?
Oh, you know it.
Okay.
There's really no need for Boston pizza fans to patrol the streets looking for a wicked good slice. Not when stoked wood-fired pizza is parked right in the neighborhood.
Everyone doesn't know that Boston has the best pizza. Everyone thinks it's New York, Chicago, but Boston's got the best slice.
They're always coming up with new twists on pizza.
Longtime friends Tor Miller and Scott Riebling made the kooky idea of putting a real wood-burning oven inside a food truck a reality back in 2014.
The idea of actually putting a wood-burning oven into a food truck is definitely a challenge.
We actually didn't think we were going to be able to pull it
Yeah,
off.
it was an old laundry truck originally, and we cut the back right off, lift that oven into the truck with a sky lift.
I had never seen a wood oven food truck before.
It really sets itself apart from other food trucks.
With the wood-fired oven, we knew we could make a killer pizza in about a minute and a half.
We fire it to order, it comes out hot and fresh, and that's why we have so many regular customers.
It worked out great because we can feed 350 people at lunch.
One reason this truck took the wheels off the competition? The barbecue chicken and bacon pizza.
I want every ingredient in this pizza to have a lot of flavor. It's got a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of saltiness, and a lot of smoke flavor.
And Scott's got an unusual technique for bringing the money to the dough.
This dough is really special because it's been infused with another dough that's already risen once before, which gives it a lot of flavor.
Scott hand stretches that twice risen dough and then doubles down on the cheese.
We use a aged mozzarella that has a really buttery flavor, and we use a fresh mozzarella that has a more milky flavor. The one buttery one and the milky one together make a better flavor than either one.
With the foundation set, Scott builds a layer of house brined chicken and applewood smoked bacon before really raising the roof.
We try really hard at Stoke to do everything in an original way, and this barbecue sauce is very original. It's got smoked jalapeno in it, it's got molasses, and it's got a lot of flavor.
And then it's a fast bake in that 800-degree game changer.
We are definitely the first wood-burning oven on a truck. We love a wood-burning oven because it creates a much lighter texture and a lot of char and flavor. It's mostly oak, it's got some maple mixed in, and you taste the essence of Boston going right into the pizza.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
The barbecue sauce is unbelievable. Chicken's fresh, crust is perfect, exactly how you want it. That's a good slice.
This is incredible. I taste the barbecue chicken, but they've also got some nice crispy bacon on here, a little bit of tang that really nicely balances out the cheeses and the meats. I'm from the South, so I appreciate a good barbecue, and this is it. This is fantastic.
Back in 2015, the guys at Stoked got, well, even more stoked.
The turning point for us was Boston Magazine decided to award us with the best pizza in Boston.
It was the first time that a food truck was awarded best pizza.
Word on the street is they fell in love with Stoke's #1 bestseller, the meatballs and ricotta pizza.
This is the most popular pizza at Stoked. It's all about the meatballs, this pie. There's actually Genoa salami mixed in with the ground beef. There's also 3 different kinds of peppers. People are like, what's the secret ingredient? Secret ingredient is actually vegetables in our meatballs.
But here's the worst-kept secret in Boston.
We use a lot of cheese at Stokes. People like extra cheese. We try to give it to them.
Extra cheese and Scott's personally perfected tomato sauce.
Every year, tomatoes change, so I actually have to taste tomatoes every year and find the right flavor to blend together.
That meatball pie gets more layers from the R shelf of the cheese library, ricotta, and Romano. Then it's 2 minutes in the oven, 1 dash of basil-infused olive oil, and liftoff.
This is the meatball and ricotta. It'll fire you up.
This stuff is good. Oh man, that ricotta is awesome.
The ricotta works because it's a little more delicate. It blends well with the other flavors in the pizza, with the sauce and with the meatballs. There's a nice chewiness to it. It comes together very nicely.
I'm tasting the ricotta. I'm tasting the fresh sauce. I can tell it's a homemade crust. Fantastic.
Food competition is fierce in Boston, but Stoke Wood-Fired Pizza stays on top by knowing how to work the crowd.
Being in a food truck is a lot like being on stage. You're up here, you're working, you're looking out at the crowd, and it's about feeding people and making them smile, make them happy.
I'm so happy.
Mission accomplished. Have you heard the latest breakfast news out of Austin? It seems the new morning must in Texas is a tied-down trailer called Paperboy.
Paperboy's my favorite food truck for breakfast, hands down.
Most important meal of the day.
It's, this idea that the Paperboy's up before everybody else, delivering the day's news. It's an invitation to kind of slow down, hang out, have a little bit of coffee, wake yourself up, and enjoy the day.
Grab a daily and welcome the morning with Paperboy's Porky Pick-Me-Up Texas Potato Hash. Ryan maintains his fresh street cred by rotating ingredients seasonally. This month, it's all about sweet potatoes, which Ryan roasts in the oven before rounding up an eye-opening rub for his pork shoulder.
It's got ground coffee, chili de arbol is gonna give it just a little bit of heat, and coriander brings in a little bit of that Texas flavor.
Ryan works the rub on, no diggity, and bags it up.
We sous vide the pork shoulder. When we cook it overnight at a really low temperature, it brings out all the flavor, including the coffee. Time for a bath. I'm gonna go light some candles and start some soft music, and I'll be right back.
14 hours later, the pork is nice and supple from the soak.
Super tender, just kind of falls apart. So we just dice it.
What's the headline on that hash?
We're gonna take roasted sweet potatoes, which are already cooked. We're just gonna pick them back up on the griddle. It's just Cheeto peppers. This came from a farmer just east of us, about 30 miles. A lot of flavor, but super mild.
Which melds magnificently with our minced pork.
While this is working, we're gonna drop a poached egg, some hot water. Egg looks good. The white's nice and cooked, runny center.
Finally, a little drizzle of garlic mayo and a zing of ground chili Diablo, so it's hot off the presses.
The best news of the day is that this Texas hash is ready to eat.
We got the hash, and they said it's spicy, and they don't play around. It's pretty dang spicy, man. And then you won't find another poached egg like this one, too.
The pork is definitely my favorite. It's phenomenal.
I've never had pork shoulder until I came here, and I have to say it's pretty dang tender.
It just falls right off your fork.
Oh, my gosh.
Bingo. This is the right choice. It's probably the best hash I've ever had.
This just in. Paperboy's breaking update on the breakfast sandwich, the BEC.
The BEC is our bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. We use a pimento cheese spread. We thought it would be fun to kind of make the sandwich more messy and create this cool component that maybe you're not expecting.
Ryan Texifies the Southern specialty by starting with a chili sauce base.
It's spicy, it's creamy, it's smooth, and it's popping with flavor. We're just gonna let these onions sweat until they're nice and tender. We're gonna take dried guajillo peppers. We de-seed it, so it just provides a smoky heat.
Pickled red jalapenos pack an even stronger punch.
This all cooks down, and we'll blend it up into this really nice smooth sauce.
House-made paprika mayo smooths out the spicy edges on the chili sauce, which he then resharpens with cheddar.
Just a tiny bit of chili vinegar to start, a little bit of salt, and we'll stir it up. We'll give this a taste to make sure it's ready to go on the sandwich. It's good.
The C is complete. Moving on to our E and B.
We're gonna start with just a little bit of oil. We use bacon fat, super flavorful. The brioche bun, let that get nice and toasty.
Those warm buns get dressed up with cheese, and you'll recognize this next smell.
Nice smoky bacon. It's finished with an egg, so we cook our egg sunny side up. Makes a really nice presentation.
Ryan finishes with the standard shrubbery.
Not on the sandwich. Full side. You choose.
Oh, yeah. Dripping down the chin.
Napkin. Oh my God. That bacon is so crispy. It's so good. I love pimento cheese, but I'm kind of a snob. Pimento cheese is unbelievable.
That bacon is what stands out for me. It's explosive. It's nice to get the lettuce in there because you get a crunch as well.
Pimento cheese is great on this. The bacon's perfectly crispy.
Oh yeah, this is definitely my favorite sandwich here.
It's worth being messy. It's probably all over my face as I'm saying that too. I need a shower.
No fake news here when you gotta stray from your regular breakfast route.
Start your morning with Paperboy.
There's no shortage of good things to eat on the streets of Oahu, Hawaii's most visited island. And to be a true North Shore nosher, keep your eyes peeled for that local favorite, shrimp.
The shrimp farms are like so close by, and you just can't get any better than this. It's a new experience for me. Got to see.
Troy Mitchie came here after his hitch in the Army 30 years ago and never left. I mean, why would you?
Didn't want to leave Hawaii. I don't know how to surf, so I sell shrimp.
He does the books while sister Erin minds the cooks in their street-legal prawn purveyor, Giovanni's Shrimp Truck.
Came out one day, and there it was on our pristine white truck. The first signature. Since then, people have just added on, come by and leave a little part of yourself in Hawaii.
Number 35.
Erin's great, making sure things run right, making sure the shrimp's cooked properly, making sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Your number is 37, and it'll just be a few minutes. Would anybody care for hot sauce on the side? It is extremely hot.
That spicy reputation provides the burning and the warning for their island icon, the no refunds hot and spicy shrimp.
It was a little too hot for people. That's where the no refund policy came in.
Aaron shows us why this practice is in place with a sauce hotter than the Hawaiian sun.
We go with our fresh peeled garlic. We add some heat, Hawaiian chilies.
After some traditional safe seasonings, she turns the spice dial up to yikes with hot peppers imported from South Africa.
These are red pepper flakes, but you really can't imitate this one. The vinegar.
A little lemon juice, and it's blend, baby, blend.
It's all blended up. It goes to get married in the fridge.
That's one spicy romance.
All married, heat in your mouth, hot. Hawaiian chili peppers release their oils, and it gets 2 times hotter when it's cooking than when it's cold.
Good to know the 411 before this sauce has you calling 911.
It does get extremely throat-tickling, eye-watering a little bit, and that's just by cooking it.
This creation could use some crustaceans.
The black tiger prawn shrimp, locally grown, farm-raised. We butterfly it, and we devein it.
The shrimp soak up the heat. Now, this no refund business?
A lot of tourists come up. It's always hot and spicy, hot and spicy. I have them crying, but they say they can handle.
And what happens to those who dare?
Tears, drips from their nose, sweat on their eyebrows, running up going, need drink, need drink, need drink. Just different reactions from different people.
Basically, if you love lava, this dish is for you. And they really hang loose with the portions. Each order gets a full dozen with a little something fluffy to soak up the scorch.
It is a staple here in Hawaii. When you get a lunch plate or anything at a food truck, it's rice. Rice, rice, rice.
Nice. A little more torture to top it off, and...
Say aloha to our no refund hot and spicy. The hottest shrimp to come off of a food truck.
I'm turning red. My eyes are watering.
That's good. Holy cow. But it's hot.
Nice and spicy. It's a good spice. Nose sweating a little bit. Feel it in my lip.
You gotta keep eating it to stay ahead of the spice.
You can taste all the flavors. My tongue's sizzling right now.
Ooh.
Giovanni's shrimp truck is gonna keep setting the streets on fire.
Ask for refund.
You'd think the frosty temps of Juneau, Alaska would have everyone eating crab and halibut inside a toasty dining room. But the local street food craze has been heating up at places like Deckhand Dave's.
I never in 5 million years thought I'd be sitting in Juneau, Alaska eating at a food truck. It is quite possibly one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in my life.
Beautiful. It's got great vibes, friendly people, great food.
We're sitting here right next to the water, and it tastes like the fish is so fresh, like it just came out.
We're located in downtown Juneau, right next to where the cruise ships dock. You gotta cook tacos as fast as you can.
Deckhand Dave earned his nickname and his reputation cooking up fast meals at sea for Alaskan fishermen.
Do all the deck work, stack the net, clear all the fish, clean up the deck, and run back in, and I have 20 minutes to prep and prepare food.
That titanic pressure inspired Dave to create a pair of rapid-fire taste treats, sockeye salmon tacos and battered rockfish tacos.
This is fresh sockeye salmon. It's got a nice firm flesh and a deep red color.
Dave tosses that ruby red perfection in a dry brine of salt and brown sugar. Then it's a 3-point dredge of flour, egg, and panko. And a tip for keeping things ship-shape.
You want to make sure you don't mix up your hands. You want a dry hand and a wet hand. Shake off the egg. Boom.
With the salmon down, it's batter up. Beer batter.
The secret to making the perfect batter is making it fresh multiple times throughout the day.
Something tells me there's more to it than that.
We got the beer, we got the batter, and the rest is a secret. Beat it.
I knew it. But Dave's more forthcoming about what fish goes in that secret batter.
You can't go wrong with rockfish. I use fresh Alaskan yellow eye.
Yellow eye grow big and dive deep. swimming as low as 260 fathoms, which is over 1,500 feet, which is unfathomable. On to tortillas.
Dude, I've been trying to do that for a long time.
Practice makes perfect, like the salmon and rockfish.
Those look awesome. Time to build a taco.
Each griddled tortilla gets a piping hot bite of fish, along with house-made slaw, pico de gallo, and Dave's duo of Mexican cremas, spicy and mild.
Gotta always double down.
Tad bit messy, but the messy stuff's always the best. Salmon, the color in it's amazing, and the texture and everything just falls apart and melts in your mouth. It's fantastic.
So good.
A little bit crunchy. You got the spicy sauce on top, super tender rockfish. I'm from LA, I know what tacos taste like. These are awesome tacos.
I'm tasting lemon and fresh fish, something we don't really have in the middle of Germany, so it's pretty awesome.
There's a lot of flavors going on here. You get a little sweet from the slaw and the fish. You get that like classic salmon flavor, but there's two different types of sauces on here, so it's a little spicy. This is amazing.
Crunchy on the outside, tender, meaty on the inside. The cilantro, the salsa, it's all fantastic. I can't believe how good it tastes.
Hungry Juneauites are ecstatic that Deckhand Dave's brought street food culture to the Arctic Circle. In fact, they can barely contain themselves.
This is supposed to be this messy.
Street food is a celebration of everything we love about eating. So why not give your tired dining routine a kick in the asphalt?